Are you experiencing trouble swallowing, joint pain, or even skin rashes and dryness? What if I told you there's a condition affecting 4 million Americans that's so misunderstood, most people don't even know they have it? Today we're talking about Sjogren syndrome and the 10 critical symptoms that are probably staring you right in the face. Make sure to watch until the end because some of these will surprise you. Number 7 will definitely make you think twice about those dizzy spells you've been having. And number 10? Even doctors miss this one. But why does this happen? And more importantly, what can we do to help ease the symptoms of Sjogren syndrome? So if you've been brushing off persistent dry eyes, constant fatigue, or that nagging brain fog, stick around. What you learn in the next few minutes could change everything about how you understand your health. After all, what is Sjogren syndrome? It's an autoimmune disorder in which the immune system attacks the glands that produce moisture, mainly impacting the eyes and mouth, resulting in dryness in these areas. It can also influence other body parts, such as the joints, skin, lungs, and kidneys, leading to various symptoms. It affects nearly 1 in every 100 people globally, mostly women, yet it hides behind symptoms so ordinary that we've learned to live with them. Curious? Then don't delay and watch the video now. But first, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's make this the most liked video on the channel ever. Do you know anyone who has Sjogren's syndrome? What part of the world are you from? After you've watched the video, drop a comment below so we can get to know each other better. 1. Dry eyes. Imagine waking up every morning with eyes that feel like you've been sleeping in a desert. For people with Sjogren's, this isn't just occasional dryness. It's daily reality. The mechanism is straightforward but devastating. Your immune system, which should protect you, decides your tear glands are the enemy. It attacks them, causing inflammation and damage that dramatically reduces tear production. This isn't just about comfort. Tears are complex. They contain water, oils, and proteins that protect your eyes. Without them, you're vulnerable to damage and infection. Recent research found that people with Sjogren's-related dry eye have significantly lower levels of lactoferrin in their tears. Lactoferrin is a protein with antimicrobial properties. Its absence means more inflammation and discomfort. But here's what's interesting. This discovery points toward better, more targeted treatments. When you understand the specific mechanism, you can design specific solutions. 2. Dental decay and gum inflammation. When your mouth is constantly dry, your teeth suffer. Without adequate saliva to neutralize acids and wash away bacteria, decay accelerates and gums become inflamed. Research using genetic analysis found that Sjogren's disease directly promotes dental caries and periodontitis. This isn't just correlation, the autoimmune mechanisms actively contribute to oral tissue deterioration. 3. Persistent dry mouth. Most people think of saliva as just spit. That's like thinking of your liver as just an organ that sits there. Saliva neutralizes acids, aids digestion, and protects against bacteria. When production drops, everything goes wrong. You may experience dryness in your tongue and throat, which could make swallowing, speaking, and tasting more difficult. 4. Recurrent sinus infections. Some people seem to get sinus infections constantly. They treat one, it comes back. They treat it again, it returns. They assume they're just unlucky or have weak sinuses. In Sjogren's, the autoimmune process affects mucous membranes throughout your body, including those lining your sinuses. When these membranes become dry, they can't clear pathogens effectively. The result? Chronic rhinosinusitis. If you're constantly fighting sinus infections, the problem might not be your sinuses. It might be your immune system. 5. Skin sensitivity to UV light. Most people get sunburned if they stay out too long without protection. People with Sjogren's can develop skin reactions from much less exposure, including artificial light sources. Your skin is reacting not just to sun damage, but to an overactive immune response. Instead of normal protective mechanisms, you get inflammation and lesions. If you've noticed your skin reacting oddly to sunlight, this might be why. 6. Difficulty swallowing. Swallowing should be automatic. When it becomes difficult or uncomfortable, it's usually a sign that something significant is happening. Recent research found a strong association between Sjogren's syndrome and gastroesophageal reflux disease. The inflammation characteristic of GERD appears to contribute to Sjogren's development. This connection emphasizes that esophageal health isn't separate from autoimmune health. They're interconnected. If you're having persistent swallowing difficulties, it's not just an isolated problem, it might be part of a larger pattern. 7. Dizziness and blood pressure changes. This is the symptom that surprises people most. Many individuals with Sjogren's experience episodes of dizziness or lightheadedness, especially when standing up. It feels neurological because it is neurological. The autoimmune attack in Sjogren's doesn't stop at moisture-producing glands. It can extend to small nerve fibers, including those governing autonomic functions like blood pressure and heart rate. This dysfunction, called dysautonomia, can cause unstable blood pressure, irregular heart rates, and gastrointestinal disturbances. Your autonomic nervous system runs your body's background processes. When it's compromised, you feel it everywhere. That dizziness isn't just dizziness, it's a sign that your body's automatic systems are struggling. 8. Breathing problems. Some people with Sjogren's develop interstitial lung disease, ILD, where lung tissue becomes inflamed and scarred. This makes breathing harder and reduces oxygen levels in the blood. What's particularly concerning is that lung problems can sometimes be the first sign of Sjogren's, appearing before the classic dry eyes and mouth. A persistent cough or unexplained shortness of breath might not be a minor issue. It could be an early warning. High-resolution CT scans can reveal changes in lung tissue, and pulmonary function tests can assess how well your lungs are working. Early detection is crucial because treatment can slow progression and prevent serious complications. 9. Kidney problems. The kidneys are another target for the misdirected immune system. This often manifests as tubulointerstitial nephritis, where immune cells infiltrate the spaces between kidney tubules, causing inflammation and impaired function. A recent study of over 1,300 Sjogren's patients found that 2.8% had kidney involvement. Of those, 44% showed impaired kidney function. The study also found a higher prevalence of lymphoproliferative diseases in patients with kidney involvement. Regular monitoring of kidney function is essential, even without symptoms. Kidney damage can be silent until it's advanced. Before we continue, I've got some exciting news to share. If you enjoy our content and want access to exclusive benefits, become a channel member. As a member, you will unlock some amazing perks like early access to new videos, priority replies to your comments, members-only shorts, polls, quizzes, and special emojis and loyalty badges just for you. Just click the join button and be part of this community that values health and well-being. Your support helps us keep bringing high-quality content for you. 10. Skin rashes and dryness. Skin changes in Sjogren's reflect deeper immune activity. Many people notice patches of redness, purplish spots, or itchy areas that appear without obvious cause. Sjogren's patients experience xerosis, dry skin. This isn't just cosmetic. It can lead to cracking, itching, and infections. The skin manifestations are often linked to the underlying autoimmune activity. Recognizing these skin symptoms early can lead to better management strategies and prevent more severe complications. Addressing skin dryness promptly reduces infection risk and improves quality of life. What causes Sjogren syndrome? It develops when the immune system malfunctions and attacks the body's own tissues instead of protecting them from threats. Scientists haven't identified the exact mechanisms that trigger this autoimmune response against the glands. The condition appears in two forms. Primary Sjogren syndrome occurs without any identifiable underlying cause or trigger. Secondary Sjogren syndrome develops alongside other health conditions, particularly autoimmune disorders and certain viral infections. Several viral infections have been associated with secondary Sjogren syndrome, including hepatitis C, cytomegalovirus, CMV, Epstein-Barr virus, and human T lymphotropic virus 1, HTLV. Additionally, various autoimmune conditions may contribute to its development, such as rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, and lupus. While research has established connections between Sjogren syndrome and these other conditions, having one of these diseases doesn't guarantee you'll develop Sjogren syndrome. The relationship works both ways. People with Sjogren syndrome may have an increased risk of developing other autoimmune conditions, but this outcome isn't certain either. How is Sjogren syndrome diagnosed? Since several other conditions can produce symptoms similar to Sjogren syndrome, your GP will first investigate more common causes before potentially referring you to specialists for additional testing. The diagnostic process typically involves several types of tests. Blood tests help identify specific antibodies and markers associated with the condition. Eye examinations assess the extent of dryness and any damage to the eye's surface. A saliva production test requires you to spit or dribble into a container for 5 minutes to measure how much saliva your body produces during that time. Imaging studies may include X-rays of your salivary glands to check for blockages that could explain reduced saliva flow. In some cases, doctors perform a lip biopsy, which involves removing a small piece of tissue containing salivary glands from your lip to examine under a microscope for characteristic inflammatory changes. Additional tests, such as ultrasound scans or urine tests, may sometimes be necessary to complete the diagnostic picture and rule out other conditions. If you're experiencing several of these symptoms, especially if they're persistent or worsening, you should talk to a healthcare provider. Not because you definitely have Sjögrens, but because persistent symptoms deserve investigation. Your body is constantly sending you information. Most of the time, we're just not very good at listening. Learning to really pay attention to what your body is telling you might be one of the most important skills you can develop. The invisible disease stays invisible only as long as we choose not to see it. Once you know what to look for, it becomes much harder to ignore. If you found this video helpful, please type yes in the comments below. Also, remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos. Also, be sure to check out these 2 videos we've selected just for you. Have an awesome day and keep healthy, my friends.